Hey everyone! Welcome to Update X24H, your go-to channel for the latest news, hottest dramas, breaking stories, and all the buzz from the world of entertainment. We're here to keep you updated, entertained, and always in the loop. Hit that subscribe button and join our growing family, because here at Update X24H, we bring you the news that matters, the drama you love, and the stories you can't miss. Thanks for being part of our community. Let's stay connected, stay updated, and keep the good vibes rolling. What if love didn't need words? What if two people could communicate through color, design, timing, and silence? Fans believe that Liu Yuning just stepped on stage, dressed not for fashion but for song Zuer. This isn't just a coincidence. It's a coded message, a visual confession. And the clues? They're everywhere. Stay with us because what we're about to reveal might just change the way you see them forever. At first glance, Liu Yuning's green checkered outfit seemed like nothing more than another high fashion choice, striking, eye-catching, and stage-ready. But the longer fans looked, the clearer it became. This wasn't just a costume. It was a carefully constructed symbol, layered not just in fabric but in meaning. Every fold, every accessory, and every tone of green whispered something deeper, something personal. It wasn't the first time Liu Yuning had worn bold colors on stage. He is known for his charisma and avant-garde style. But this time, the timing and the elements felt intentional, calculated even. The vibrant green fabric, adorned with delicate white feathers and subtle star-shaped accents, aligned too perfectly with Song Zuer's birthday celebration just days earlier. And fans noticed. Not in a fleeting, casual way, but with a kind of hushed awe. It was like watching someone speak a language only a few understood. The choice of green alone carried emotional weight. Green in many cultures is the color of growth, renewal, and quiet hope. It is also a shade frequently associated with Song Zuer, seen often in her personal style, gift wrappings, and visual themes. That overlap wasn't dismissed as coincidence. To her followers, it felt like a tribute, a silent nod from someone who sees her not only as a public figure, but as someone whose preferences and emotional palette are known, remembered, perhaps even cherished. But it wasn't just the color. It was the symbolism embedded in every detail. The white feather, soft and elegant, echoed the feather decoration from Song Zuer's birthday table. Something intimate, something that might have passed unnoticed if not for the eyes that cared enough to remember. And then there were the stars, carried on stage not just as decoration, but as deliberate elements held close. To many, it felt like Liu Yuning wasn't just performing. He was communicating, not through lyrics but through aesthetics, through shared symbols and timed visuals. And when placed side by side, his outfit, her cake, his stage, her celebration, the line between performance and personal sentiment began to blur. What started as speculation quickly became something more emotional, more human. It's the kind of storytelling that transcends words, a message not spoken but seen and felt. To fans, this wasn't just fashion. It was art in the service of emotion. It was poetry woven into stagewear. The kind of gesture that doesn't ask to be acknowledged out loud, but leaves its mark nonetheless. In a world full of loud declarations, Liu Yuning's green suit said something softer, yet infinitely more powerful. I see you. I remember you. And even if I can't say it, I show it. In that outfit on that night, with all the subtle symbols woven in, Liu Yuning didn't just sing. He told a story. And perhaps, to those paying close enough attention, it was a love story meant for one. There are moments in life when silence says more than words ever could. When gestures, symbols, and quiet details become the language of the heart. One such moment unfolded on Song Zuer's birthday, not through any grand announcement or public statement, but through a birthday cake, elegant, whimsical, and quietly unforgettable. To many, it was simply a beautiful cake. Layers of soft icing, delicate roses, soft lighting surrounding it like a gentle halo. But to those who knew where to look and what to feel, the centerpiece told a story far more intimate than anything words could capture. Resting delicately atop the cake was a miniature figurine, just a few inches tall, easy to overlook. But not for the fans. Not for those who'd been following the silent rhythm between Song Zuer and Liu Yuning for months, maybe years. They saw it immediately. The hairstyle, the green checkered coat, even the tiny feather in his hand. It wasn't just any figure. It was him. This small, sugar-sculpted replica mirrored the exact outfit Liu Yuning wore on stage just days later, an ensemble rich with symbolism and romantic undertones. It wasn't a generic decoration. It was specific, intentional, and quietly personal. A message disguised as confection, a secret carved in sweetness. Around the figure were other familiar elements. White feathers, small gold stars, flickering candles placed not randomly, but with tender care. These were not props, they were echoes. Echoes of a shared visual language that had been gently unfolding between two people through posts, performances, and poetic references. The symbolism was undeniable to those who'd been paying attention. Felt like an answer. Or perhaps, a soft declaration waiting to be discovered. And then, tucked quietly near one of the candles, there appeared to be a birthday message, barely visible, faint as a whisper, yet emotionally loud. Though no names were mentioned, the energy was unmistakable. It carried with it the vulnerability of someone offering a gift without asking for recognition, but hoping the right person would see. What moved fans most wasn't the obvious but the subtlety, the restraint. The fact that this wasn't for show, it wasn't meant for headlines. It was private emotion expressed through shared symbols and carefully chosen details. A kind of hidden choreography that only those who truly cared could see. And in that privacy there was purity. A love that perhaps could not be spoken, but was still very much alive. Rooted in the ordinary, the quiet, the edible. That cake became more than dessert. It became a time capsule of emotion. A soft-spoken tribute wrapped in candles and cream, crafted not to impress the world, but maybe just to reach one person. In a world where so much is loud and performative, this tiny figure, delicate, hidden, and full of meaning, felt like a reminder. Sometimes the deepest feelings are the ones we express in silence, when we think no one is watching, but someone always is. There are performances that entertain, that dazzle with sound and spectacle. And then there are performances that speak, not to the crowd but to one soul hidden within it. On that evening, under a dome of lights and the quiet hum of expectation, Liu Yuning stepped onto the stage. But he did not come just to sing. What unfolded before thousands felt less like a concert and more like a confession, carefully wrapped in melody, color, and gesture. A love letter not written on paper, but performed through every note, every pause, every breath he took beneath that spotlight. The set design was stunning, but not just aesthetically. There was meaning stitched into its very fabric. White feathers floated like unspoken memories, delicate yet impossible to ignore. Star props glimmered in his hands, carried with a grace that felt deeply symbolic. The entire visual arrangement seemed curated not for the audience, but for someone specific. Someone who would understand the language of symbols where others might only see style. Then came the song. A haunting melody laced with longing. His voice, strong yet tender, delivered a line that silenced the arena. I walk across the night sky, just to bring light to the one who waits. The words hung there, suspended in the air like a secret suddenly spoken aloud. And the silence that followed wasn't absence, it was reverence. The kind of stillness that comes when people feel they've just witnessed something real, something raw. He wasn't just performing. He was speaking in code. And for those who had been watching closely, those who had noticed the matching feathers, the shared colors, the mirrored imagery from Song Zuer's recent birthday celebration, this performance felt like the crescendo of a story told in whispers. A story that had been building piece by piece, across quiet posts, symbolic gifts, and silent glances caught on camera. That night it felt as though all the subtle threads had finally been pulled together into a tapestry of feeling, displayed boldly before the world, yet meant only for one. As the final note faded, Liu Yuning held the star prop close to his chest and bowed, not to the audience but toward something unseen, perhaps someone unseen. A faint smile crossed his face as he looked off stage, and fans felt it deep in their chests, the possibility that this wasn't just art. It was emotion made visible and real. It takes courage to love quietly, even more so to express that love under the gaze of thousands, while saying nothing at all. But on that stage Liu Yuning said everything. Not in words but through a performance that felt less like a show and more like a message. A message that said, even if I cannot speak it, I will sing it. I will show it. I will carry it across the stars until you feel it too. And in that moment every listener became a witness to a love story unfolding in plain sight, wrapped not in ink, but in light and sound. Over the past year, fans have been collecting clues like puzzle pieces. Liu posts a feather, Zuer replies with wind. He wears a bunny pin, she shares a bunny doodle. He sings of longing, she shares lyrics about distance. They vacation at the same time but in separate photos. Same bracelet. Same mug. Same soft tones. Now, with the birthday event, the dots have connected into something undeniable. As one viral fan post put it, "This isn't flirting. It's choreography of love." Here's where the story deepens. Some fans now believe the birthday visuals and concert may have been coordinated in private. The timeline matches perfectly. The symbolism is shared across 2 events, 2 spaces but 1 message. One video even caught a silhouette in Liu's backstage camera, someone small with long hair slipping away from view. Could Song Zuer have been there? If true, this adds a new layer. Not just visual storytelling but shared intention. Even if they're apart in public, they may be together behind the scenes. In a world filled with noise, scandals, and forced headlines, this quiet, symbolic connection is refreshingly pure. It reminds us that love doesn't always have to be loud. Sometimes it's a green coat, a feather, a birthday candle. And for fans around the world, this kind of story is more than gossip. It's a reminder to believe in subtlety, sincerity, and love without words. Inspired by this unspoken romance, fans across countries are launching the Feather Project, a digital campaign where people share photos of feathers and write anonymous letters of appreciation to someone they silently admire. It's spreading fast from Seoul to Paris, from New York to Jakarta, because in the end we're all hoping someone out there hears us, even when we don't say a word. Thank you for joining us on this emotional journey through clues, colors, and quiet connection. If this story moved you, inspired you, or made you smile, don't forget to like this video, leave your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to our channel for more heartwarming stories just like this. Stay tuned, stay curious, stay kind.